thing about working with a pro is that it just makes life so easy, right?
Yes, it does.
It does indeed. Welcome to another episode of Entrepreneurs in Fuego. We're documenting the journey of pros.
Yes.
My new best friend.
Oh, nice to meet you.
Ma'am. Or young lady, Leah Woodford, Smart FEM.
Yes.
How you doing?
I'm doing really good. How are you?
In the pre-interview, if we could call it, and if we could call it.
It was a conversation.
It was a conversation. I usually spend, I don't know, maybe 5 minutes, 6 minutes, kind of telling folks what the show's all about. You and I were on the phone for about an hour.
I know. Well, entrepreneurs, that's what we do, right?
Because you're so intriguing and so interesting.
Oh.
That I couldn't.
Can I have this on tape?
It is on tape. It is. This is my testimonial on you.
Oh, well, thank you.
Tell the folks what you do with Smart FEM.
Well, we started out in 2011 as a magazine, and we have since become a full-service, full digital media marketing group, and our Smart FEM television just got picked up from Jeff Hazlett's group in New York. So in addition to the magazine, we actually have a television show, and we shoot commercials and we build websites, but my heart is still the magazine.
And the magazine, by the way, looks incredible. And that's smartfem.com.
Thank you.
And it's very complete, and it is only directed to women, yes?
Well,
or are you expanding and letting us guys into the secret? This is beautiful.
Well, thank you. I have 2 sons, and they are waiting for me to create smart dudes. But
why not?
Well, I'm still kind of pushing Smart FEM uphill, but Smart FEM I created as a result of a conversation with my daughter, her freshman year at NAU.
Okay.
I was a dating and relationship columnist and TV correspondent, very much lifestyle, very light and airy.
Yeah.
And she was in the dorm room with her friends, and one of my TV segments came on.
And this was in 2000?
This was in 2009.
2009, okay.
And she proceeded to call me on the phone and say, "Mom, you got to cut the crap." And I said,
Wow.
"What?"
Wow.
And she said, you are perpetuating the Cinderella syndrome. I am married to the education you're paying for, but most of the girls that I go to school with have no idea what they want to do, but they can describe every single second of their wedding day."
Wow.
So I just went, wow. And I'd been a single mom most of her life, so she's always seen me working and stuff. And so this was very much different from the way I raised her. It was kind of fun, and it was great.
Were you expecting that type of comment from her, or?
No, I wasn't, but I really took it to heart because she was really upset. And
you had no idea?
I had no idea she felt that way. I had absolutely no idea, and I was taken back, and I took it to heart. And I realized that she was absolutely 100% right.
And the cool thing about this conversation they have with the daughter is that you actually take action.
I did, because I really, it's still a problem today. Women are not being paid the same amount. There's still a wage disparity. There's still a glass ceiling for women. And I'd like to see that gone in my lifetime, and I'd like that removed for my child.
And despite all the advances and all the talk and all the great women that have come forth and guided us through this last decade and so forth, you still have that. We still have that blessing.
We still have it, and now it's hard
to comprehend.
It's really hard to comprehend, and we have to be really diligent about it, because with the new administration, with Trump coming into office and some of his administration, they don't feel the same way that I do and that most of my sisters do on empowering women. There are very few women in his administration, and let's not forget that several women came out, and that we elected a guy into office who is been called out by women for sexual abuse and for discrimination. I mean, I have a daughter. I have a granddaughter. This is really disturbing to me. And so Smart FEM is my platform to maintain the integrity and to inspire and educate and empower women to take action, to do their due diligence and to pay attention.
And that is an interesting point. because as much passion as you feel about this thing, there's another segment of women out there who actually voted for him.
It's frightening to me. It's very
and
frightening.
I'm thinking, why? Why did that happen?
You know,
Or how did that happen?
well, you know, I'm not really too sure, to be honest with you. And I'm going to just say this. I really wasn't fond of either candidate, but I will say that Hillary Clinton was much more qualified. And she wasn't sending tweets out. I mean, I think, I don't want to be doom and gloom, but what I want to do is use Smart FEM as a platform to keep women educated and keep them vigilant, because there are women who died for us so that we would have the right to vote, and there are still a lot of women that don't. And women actually create more small businesses than men do. And the greatest transfer in wealth in history is going into the hands of women. So we need to have these women educated.
And let me ask you this, because you are, I don't want to call you a feminist, but you're feminine enough and powerful enough to understand that you can use your femininity to change attitudes about women.
I do.
Is that a fair statement?
I think that being a woman is very powerful, but I think being nice is very powerful. I think being good to other people and helping them out when they need it and being of service, I think that's where we need to be. And that's what's so disturbing about this administration coming in. There's a lot of ugliness and there's a lot of just really nastiness going on.
And you're doing your part to change attitudes and to keep, like you said, vigilant and
mindful
about what's going to happen in the next 4 years, hopefully not the next 8 years. But no, I get you. Let me ask you another thing. Are we becoming such a politically correct society where we're losing sight of the fact that chivalry, being courteous, opening the door to women, regardless of where you are we losing that? Are we becoming too politically correct?
I think that we're just missing the boat on a couple of different things. I think chivalry will never die, and
I would hope not.
I think that we just have to keep our minds and our hearts open, and we always have to look out for each other. We just always have to take care of those who can't take care of themselves.
I can't take my eyes off of you.
Why's that?
Because you're a fascinating individual. It's like I was on the phone with you for about an hour, and I just couldn't hang up the phone. Because
Wow.
you're very fascinating, you're very powerful, very intriguing, very knowledgeable, very smart. And that type of image is, I think, what you're trying to portray through your magazine and certainly through what you've done on radio and throughout the media, and now that you have that the TV show that is being picked up.
Well,
that's fascinating.
Well, thank you. Well, it's been kind of a long road, but it wasn't me. I have the most amazing husband/partner, and my team is amazing. I have the most, ASU's been really good. They send me the best and brightest, and I have amazing staff writers, videographers, web designers, graphic designers. I couldn't do what I do if I didn't have my team.
I was going to break out into that. You're just too good to be true. Can't take my eyes.
Oh, you're sweet. Well, talk to my husband and see what he says.
Well, I tell you what, husband, you're the luckiest man alive because you have the most amazing woman in the world. You're fascinating.
Oh, thank you.
And you're an example for all these women that need to feel inspired about what you're doing, man.
Wow,
It's just
they can
phenomenal.
do it. We just have to do it together.
Website again? What's the name?
Website is smartfem.com, www.smartfem.com.
And Javi, don't be jealous. This is fun. We're acting.
Oh, it was a pleasure.
Take us out. Say, we're out.
We're out.